Shun, personal development is your greatest investment. Success begins with working harder on yourself than you do on your job. The value you bring to the marketplace is directly proportional to the value you've developed within yourself. Most people have this backwards. They spend 8, 10, even 12 hours a day working for someone else's dream, yet they won't invest 30 minutes working on their own future. They'll spend thousands of dollars on a car that depreciates the moment they drive it off the lot, but they won't spend $100 on a book that could change their life forever. Here's the truth. Your income will rarely exceed your personal development. If you want to earn more, you must become more. If you want to have more, you must become more valuable. The marketplace doesn't care about your needs, your bills, or your circumstances. It only cares about one thing: the value you bring. Think of yourself as a product. Every day, you're either increasing your value or you're becoming obsolete. The skills you had 5 years ago may not be enough for the challenges you face today. Technology advances, markets shift, and competition grows fiercer. The only way to stay ahead is to constantly upgrade your most important asset: yourself. This means developing new skills, expanding your knowledge, improving your communication abilities, and strengthening your character. It means reading books that challenge your thinking, attending seminars that stretch your potential, and seeking mentors who've achieved what you desire. It means looking in the mirror and honestly assessing where you need to grow. Your formal education will make you a living, but your self-education will make you a fortune. The school system teaches you to be an employee, but personal development teaches you to be an entrepreneur of your own life. While others complain about their circumstances, and you're busy changing your circumstances by changing yourself. The beautiful thing about personal development is that no one can take it away from you. They can take your job, your house, even your money, but they cannot take your knowledge, your skills, or your character. These become part of who you are, and they travel with you wherever you go. Remember, if you work hard on your job, you'll make a living. But if you work hard on yourself, you'll make a fortune. The return on investment in personal development isn't just financial. It's a better life, stronger relationships, increased confidence, and the ability to handle whatever challenges come your way. Your commitment to personal growth over the next 6 months will determine not just your immediate transformation, but the trajectory of your entire future. Set clear, compelling goals with deadlines. A goal without a deadline is merely a wish. Your 6-month transformation requires specific, measurable targets that create urgency and focus your daily actions. Dreams are wonderful, but they're just entertainment until you attach deadlines to them. The moment you set a specific date for achievement, something magical happens. Your dream transforms into a goal, and your goal becomes your mission. Without deadlines, goals drift into someday territory, and someday, as we all know, is not a day of the week. Your 6-month deadline isn't arbitrary, it's strategic. It's long enough to accomplish something significant, yet short enough to maintain urgency. 6 months forces you to think big, but act immediately. It prevents the procrastination that kills long-term goals and the superficial changes that come with short-term thinking. But here's where most people fail. They set vague, unmeasurable goals. I want to be successful or I want to be healthy aren't goals. They're wishes. Success demands specificity. Instead of, I want to make more money, declare, I will increase my income by $2,000 per month by March 23rd. Instead of, I want to get in shape, commit to, I will lose 25 pounds and run a 5K in under 30 minutes by the end of 6 months. Compelling goals must stretch you beyond your comfort zone while remaining believable. If your goal doesn't scare you a little, it's probably not big enough to transform your life. Yet if it's so outrageous that you can't believe it's possible, you'll subconsciously sabotage yourself. Find that sweet spot where your goal excites and intimidates you simultaneously. Write your goals down with specific numbers and exact dates. Someday I'll start my own business becomes, by September 23rd, I will launch my consulting practice and secure 3 paying clients. The specificity forces your mind to create a roadmap and identify the daily actions required. Your deadline creates what psychologists call temporal urgency, the pressure that transforms intention into action. Without this pressure, human nature defaults to postponement. Why start today when you have plenty of time? But with a firm deadline, every day counts, every decision matters, and every action either moves you closer or further from your target. Remember, goals are dreams with deadlines and action plans. They're not suggestions or possibilities, they're commitments you make to yourself. When you honor these commitments with the same intensity you'd honor a promise to someone you deeply respect, you discover that the impossible becomes inevitable. Design your days, don't just drift through them. Successful people have rituals and routines. Plan each day the night before, and make sure very activity moves you closer to your 6-month vision. Most people sleepwalk through their days, reacting to whatever life throws at them. They wake up without direction, check their phones for distraction, and wonder why years pass without meaningful progress. But successful people understand a fundamental truth. Days become weeks, weeks become months, and months become years. If you don't design your days, someone else will design them for you, and their agenda rarely matches yours. The night before is when champions are made. While others mindlessly scroll through social media or collapse in front of the television, high achievers are quietly planning their victory for tomorrow. They review their goals, prioritize their tasks, and visualize their success. They go to bed with clarity and wake up with purpose. This isn't about rigid scheduling that removes all spontaneity from life. It's about intentional living. It's about ensuring that your daily activities align with your long-term vision. Every morning you should know your 3 most important tasks, the ones that, if completed, will make you feel accomplished regardless of what else happens. Think of your day as a container with limited space. If you don't fill it with important things first, the trivial will expand to consume all available time. Email, social media, gossip, meaningless meetings, and busy work will crowd out the activities that actually transform your life. But when you plan your priorities in advance, you protect your time for what matters most. Your morning ritual sets the tone for everything that follows. Whether it's exercise, meditation, reading, or reviewing your goals, start each day with activities that energize and focus you. This isn't selfish, it's strategic. You cannot give what you don't have, and you cannot perform at your highest level if you're running on empty. Create what productivity experts call time blocks, specific periods dedicated to specific activities. From 6 to 7 a.m. might be your learning hour. From 9 to 11 a.m. could be your deep work period. From 7 to 8 p.m. might be family time. When you batch similar activities together, you eliminate decision fatigue and increase efficiency. Remember, you have the same 24 hours as everyone else who's ever achieved greatness. The difference isn't in how much time you have, it's in how intentionally you use it. Design your days with the same care an architect designs a building. Plan your hours like a general plans a campaign. Your 6-month transformation depends on how well you design and execute each individual day. Success is never an accident. It's always a design. Read, study, and learn something new. Daily, poor people have big TVs. Rich people have big libraries. Dedicate at least 30 minutes daily to learning skills that will compound your success over these crucial months. The average American watches over 4 hours of television daily, yet claims they don't have time to read. They'll spend hundreds of dollars monthly on entertainment subscriptions, but won't invest $20 in a book that could revolutionize their thinking. This isn't coincidence. It's the difference between consumers and creators, between followers and leaders. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant and water will grow. If you feed it celebrity gossip, political drama, and mindless entertainment, don't be surprised when your thoughts become scattered and unproductive. But if you consistently nourish it with wisdom, strategy, and knowledge, your mental garden will bloom with opportunities and solutions. 30 minutes of focused learning daily equals 182 hours over 6 months, the equivalent of more than 4 full work weeks of education. In that time, you could master a new skill, understand a complex subject, or develop expertise that sets you apart in the marketplace. While others are binge-watching the latest series, you're building the knowledge foundation for your future success. But not all learning is created equal. Random information consumption is just sophisticated entertainment. Strategic learning targets skills and knowledge that directly impact your goals. If you want to start a business, study entrepreneurship, marketing, and sales. If you want to advance in your career, learn the skills your industry values most. If you want to build wealth, understand investing, economics, and financial strategy. The compound effect of daily learning is extraordinary. Knowledge builds upon knowledge, creating connections and insights that weren't visible before. Today's lesson becomes tomorrow's breakthrough. This month's focus becomes next year's competitive advantage. What seems like small daily progress accumulates into massive transformation over time. Choose your learning sources wisely. Seek books written by people who've achieved what you desire, not just those who teach theory. Listen to podcasts featuring successful practitioners, not just entertainers. Attend seminars led by experts who've walked the path you want to walk. Learn from results, not just rhetoric. Make learning convenient and consistent. Keep books in your car, download audiobooks for your commute, or dedicate your lunch break to educational content. The key is consistency, not perfection. Even 15 minutes daily is infinitely better than sporadic marathon sessions that quickly fade. Remember, formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. Your commitment to continuous learning over these 6 months will create knowledge assets that generate returns for the rest of your life. Invest in your mind. It pays the best dividends. 5. Track your progress and measure everything. What gets measured gets managed. Keep a daily journal of your activities, victories, and lessons learned. This accountability will accelerate your transformation. Most people overestimate what they can accomplish in a day and underestimate what they can achieve in 6 months. Without measurement, you're flying blind, relying on feelings and impressions rather than facts and data. Your emotions will lie to you. Some days you'll feel like you're making no progress when you're actually advancing steadily, and other days you'll feel productive when you've accomplished nothing meaningful. A daily journal becomes your personal accountability partner, your honest mirror, and your success GPS all rolled into one. It forces you to confront the truth about how you're actually spending your time and energy. When you write down what you did today, you can't fool yourself about where your effort went. Did you really work on your goals for 3 hours? Or was it actually 30 minutes interrupted by countless distractions? Track both your activities and your results. Activities tell you about your effort. Results tell you about your effectiveness. You might discover you're working hard, but not working smart. Maybe you're spending hours on low-impact tasks while neglecting the few crucial activities that drive real progress. Measurement reveals these blind spots and allows you to course-correct before precious time is wasted. Celebrate your victories no matter how small. Progress isn't always dramatic. Sometimes it's the accumulation of tiny improvements that creates breakthrough results. Write down every win, every lesson learned, every obstacle overcome. These entries become evidence of your growth and fuel for your motivation during challenging times. On difficult days, review your past victories to remember how capable and resilient you truly are. Document your failures and setbacks with equal honesty. What went wrong? What would you do differently? What did this experience teach you? Failures aren't defeats. They're expensive education, but only if you extract the lessons. Your journal transforms setbacks into stepping stones by helping you learn from every experience. Use numbers wherever possible. Instead of, I exercised today, write, I ran 3 miles in 24 minutes. Instead of, I worked on my business, record, I made 15 sales calls and scheduled 3 meetings. Specific numbers create specific feedback and specific improvement opportunities. Review your journal weekly to identify patterns, celebrate progress, and adjust strategies. After 6 months, you'll have a complete record of your transformation journey, proof that consistent daily efforts compound into extraordinary results. Remember, you can't manage what you don't measure, and you can't improve what you don't track. Your journal isn't just a record of where you've been. It's a roadmap to where you're going. Surround yourself with growth-minded people. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Seek mentors, join success-oriented groups, and distance yourself from negativity. Your associations don't just influence you, they determine you. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. The people you spend time with shape your vocabulary, your expectations, your habits, and ultimately, your results. This isn't philosophy, it's psychology. We naturally conform to the standards of our peer group, often without realizing it's happening. Take inventory of your current relationships. Calculate the average income, health, happiness, and ambition of your 5 closest associates. That average is likely very close to where you are right now. If you want to transform your life, you must be willing to transform your social environment. This might be uncomfortable, but comfort zones are where dreams go to die. Growth-minded people share distinct characteristics. They read books instead of just watching television. They discuss ideas instead of just gossiping about people. They set goals instead of just making wishes. And they take responsibility instead of making excuses. They see possibilities where others see problems. They invest in their future while others spend on immediate gratification. Finding these people requires intentional effort. Join professional organizations in your field. Attend seminars and workshops where serious people invest in their development. Participate in online communities focused on your goals. Volunteer for causes that attract ambitious, caring individuals. The key is to go where growth-minded people gather, not hope they'll accidentally appear in your current environment. When seeking mentors, remember that successful people are attracted to committed action takers, not advice seekers. Before approaching potential mentors, study their work, implement their publicly available strategies, and demonstrate your seriousness through results. They receive countless requests for their time, but few people show they're worthy of investment. The most difficult part of this transformation may be creating distance from negative influences. This doesn't require dramatic confrontations or burning bridges, but it does require boundary setting. Limit time with chronic complainers, excuse makers, and dream killers. Their pessimism is contagious, and their limiting beliefs can become yours through repeated exposure. Replace gossip sessions with goal-setting meetings. Replace complaint conversations with solution brainstorming. Replace victim mentality discussions with personal responsibility dialogues. Your new associations should elevate your thinking and challenge your current limitations. Remember, iron sharpens iron. Mediocre people make mediocrity comfort. Able but excellent people make excellence expected. Your 6-month transformation depends largely on whether you're surrounded by people who expect you to succeed or people who expect you to stay the same. Choose your associations as carefully as you choose your goals. They'll determine whether you achieve them. Take massive action. Despite your fears, the same wind blows on us all, but it's how we set our sails that determines our destination. Consistent daily action, even when uncomfortable, creates extraordinary results. Fear is not your enemy. Paralysis is. Everyone feels afraid when pursuing meaningful goals. The difference between successful people and everyone else isn't the absence of fear. It's the willingness to act in spite of fear. Courage isn't the lack of fear. It's feeling the fear and taking action anyway. Your fears are usually false evidence appearing real. Most of what you worry about never happens, and the things that do happen are rarely as devastating as you imagined. But here's what's guaranteed. If you don't take action, you'll never know what could have been. Regret weighs tons. Discipline weighs ounces. Massive action doesn't mean reckless action. It means taking the largest reasonable step you can take today, then repeating that process tomorrow. While others are planning, researching, and preparing endlessly, you're doing. While they're seeking perfect conditions, you're creating momentum with imperfect action. Perfect conditions rarely exist, but opportunities expire daily. The marketplace rewards speed and decisiveness. In the time it takes some people to analyze whether they should start, you could have started, failed, learned, adjusted, and succeeded. Experience is the greatest teacher, but you can only gain experience through action. You can't learn to swim by reading about swimming. Eventually, you must get in the water. Your 6-month transformation requires daily action, especially when you don't feel like it. Motivation gets you started, but discipline gets you results. Some days you'll feel energized and unstoppable. Other days you'll feel tired and uncertain. Take action on both types of days. Consistency, not intensity, creates compound results. Start before you're ready. Improve as you go. The path reveals itself to those who walk it, not to those who stand at the starting line waiting for perfect visibility. Every master was once a beginner who refused to give up. Every expert was once an amateur who kept practicing. Break massive action into daily minimums. What's the smallest step you can take today that moves you toward your goal? Then take it. Tomorrow, take another step. These daily minimums accumulate into momentum. Momentum builds confidence, and confidence enables bigger action. Remember, the graveyard is full of people who had great ideas but took little action. Ideas without execution are worthless. The world doesn't pay for your thoughts or your potential. It pays for your results. And results only come through action. Your transformation begins the moment you stop planning and start doing. Fear will always be there. Make friends with it and move forward anyway. Develop multiple income streams and skills. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Use these 6 months to develop additional revenue sources and marketable skills that make you indispensable. Economic security in today's world doesn't come from job security. It comes from skills security. The days when you could work for one company for 30 years and retire with a pension are over. Today's economy rewards adaptability, multiple competencies, and diverse income sources. The most financially secure people aren't those with the highest single income. They're those with the most income streams. Your primus. Right job should never be your only source of income. It should be the foundation upon which you build additional revenue streams. While you're earning from your main career, use your evenings and weekends to develop secondary income sources. This isn't about working yourself to exhaustion. It's about working intelligently on multiple fronts. Start by leveraging skills you already possess. If you're good with computers, offer tech support services. If you're a skilled writer, freelance in your spare time. If you understand marketing, consult for small businesses. If you're organized and detail-oriented, provide virtual assistant services. Your current abilities are marketable. You just need to market them. The Internet has democratized income generation. You can sell products globally from your kitchen table, provide services to clients you've never met, and build businesses that operate while you sleep. E-commerce, affiliate marketing, online courses, digital products, and service-based businesses can all be started with minimal investment but unlimited potential. Develop skills that are recession-proof and technology-resistant. Sales skills will always be valuable because every business needs revenue. Communication skills become more important as the world becomes more connected. Problem-solving abilities are prized in every industry. Leadership skills open doors to higher positions and better opportunities. Think about complementary skills that enhance your primary career while creating additional opportunities. If you're an accountant, learn digital marketing to help small businesses with both their finances and their growth strategies. If you're in healthcare, develop training skills to conduct workshops and seminars. If you're in technology, learn business strategy to bridge the gap between technical and executive teams. Your goal isn't to become scattered across multiple mediocre pursuits. It's to become excellent in your primary area while developing competence in complementary areas. This creates what economists call skill stacking, the combination of multiple good skills that creates rare and valuable expertise. 6 months is enough time to develop a significant secondary skill or launch a side business. While others are consuming entertainment, you're building assets. While they're complaining about economic uncertainty, you're creating economic opportunity. Remember, millionaires have an average of 7 income streams. They understand that financial freedom comes not from earning more from one source, but from earning from multiple sources that compound over time. Practice gratitude and celebrate small wins. Success is a journey, not a destination. Acknowledge your daily progress and maintain an attitude of gratitude to fuel your motivation through challenges. Gratitude isn't just a nice sentiment. It's a success strategy. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you operate from abundance instead of scarcity. This shift in perspective changes everything: your energy, your decisions, your relationships, and ultimately, your results. Grateful people see opportunities where ungrateful people see obstacles. Most people postpone happiness until they reach their destination. They think, I'll be happy when I make 6 figures, or I'll celebrate when I lose 30 pounds, or I'll feel successful when I start my own business. This is a dangerous trap. If you can't find joy in the journey, you won't find satisfaction at the destination either. Happiness isn't the reward for success, it's the fuel for success. Small wins are the building blocks of massive transformation. Every day you choose personal development over entertainment is a victory. Every time you 10. Plan for year 2. Starting on day 1, true transformation doesn't end in 6 months. Build systems and habits that will continue serving you long after this initial breakthrough period is complete. 6 months will change your life, but it won't complete your transformation. Think of these initial months as building the foundation, not constructing the entire building. The habits you establish, the systems you create, and the momentum you generate during this period will determine whether your success is temporary excitement or permanent lifestyle change. Most people treat personal development like a sprint when it should be approached like a marathon with no finish line. They work intensely for a short period, achieve some results, then gradually drift back to old patterns. This boom and bust cycle keeps them trapped in mediocrity despite periodic bursts of progress. Sustainable success requires sustainable systems. From day 1, ask yourself, what would I need to do consistently for the next 5 years to create the life I truly want? Your 6-month plan should be the first phase of this longer vision, not a standalone project. The skills you develop, the relationships you build, and the habits you establish should compound over years, not just months. Design your transformation around systems rather than goals. Goals have endpoints. Systems continue indefinitely. Instead of just lose 25 pounds in 6 months, create a system of daily exercise and proper nutrition that becomes your permanent lifestyle. Instead of start a side business in 6 months, build systems for continuous learning, networking, and value creation that will generate opportunities for decades. Think in terms of building capabilities, not just achieving outcomes. Capabilities are skills, habits, and systems that serve you permanently. Learning to write compelling sales copy isn't just about launching one business. It's a capability that will benefit every venture you ever pursue. Developing the habit of reading daily doesn't just help you reach one goal, it ensures continuous growth throughout your life. Create what successful people call keystone habits, single behaviors that automatically trigger other positive behaviors. Exercise often becomes a keystone habit that improves discipline, energy, confidence, and time management. Reading becomes a keystone that enhances knowledge, vocabulary, focus, and strategic thinking. These habits create positive, cascading effects that multiply your results. Plan your next phase before completing your current one. As you near the end of month 6, you should already be designing months 7 through 12. This prevents the common trap of achieving a goal and then wondering, what's next? Remember, temporary changes create temporary results. Permanent changes create permanent results. Your 6-month transformation is just the beginning of a lifetime journey toward your highest potential. Build systems that will serve not just the person you are today, but the person you're committed to becoming.